Good morning all. In the last class we have studied the Dirac relativistic wave equation in the case of central field, and we have obtained the radial part of equation as dg by d rho plus kg by rho minus alpha 2 by alpha plus v by alpha h bar c f equal to 0, and we got the second equation df by d rho minus kf by rho minus alpha 1 by alpha minus v by alpha h bar c into g equal to 0. The wave function, we have seen that the matrices alpha r and beta, they are 2 by 2 matrices, and therefore the wave function also should have two components, and for radial part we have taken the two components psi 1 and psi 2 as. For psi 1, the radial part, we have taken it as f by rho, and psi 2 we have taken g by rho. Consequently, we got two equations from Dirac relativistic wave equation for a central field, central potential V. V is a function of R only. Now, I am taking this as equation 1, this equation 1, and this as equation 2. And now we will apply this equation in the case of hydrogen atom. For hydrogen atom, we have the potential Vr is equal to minus Ze square by R. So the potential we can take it as minus Ze square by R. During the derivation of these equations, we have assumed that rho equal to alpha R. So here R we can write it as R equal to rho by alpha. So here we can write Vr as minus Ze square by, instead of R we can write rho by alpha. So this is minus alpha Ze square by rho. So this equation, this term, the last term is V by alpha h bar c. So this term becomes V is minus alpha Ze square by rho divided by alpha h bar c. Alpha will get cancelled, then minus Ze square by h bar c rho minus, I am writing it as gamma by rho. So this last term I can write it as minus gamma by rho, where the substitution is given gamma equal to gamma equal to Ze square by h bar c. Instead of Ze square by h bar c, we are giving it as gamma. So the last term in this equation, this V by alpha h bar c, this equation is applicable for any central field. For the hydrogen atom, we can replace this term by V by alpha h bar c by minus gamma by rho. So this equation becomes minus gamma by rho, and instead of this equation, if I give minus gamma by rho, then it will be plus. So this term will be plus gamma by rho. So this equation 1 for hydrogen atom, we can write that equation as dg by d rho plus kg by rho minus alpha 2 by alpha minus gamma by rho into f equal to 0. And the second equation df by d rho minus kf by rho minus alpha 1 by alpha plus gamma by rho into g equal to 0. Now we will assume a possible solution for these two equations for g and f, and we are assuming the solution for f as, actually it is a function of r, then the variable r is changed to rho, so f is a function of rho. F rho, we can assume its solution as f rho, I am taking it as f rho e raised to minus rho, and g rho, I am assuming it as g rho e raised to minus rho. So the solutions of f and g we are assuming as f rho e raised to minus rho and g rho e raised to minus rho. So in this equation we are having g, f, then dg by d rho, df by d rho. So df by d rho. df by d rho. What is df by d rho from this equation? It will be df by d rho e raised to minus rho minus 1 into e raised to minus rho f rho. So minus f rho e raised to minus rho minus plus f into e raised to minus rho, differential of e raised to minus rho, it is minus 1 into e raised to minus rho. So its differential is this one. Similar way we can write dg by d rho as dg by d rho e raised to minus rho, then minus 1 into g e raised to minus rho. Substituting these values in equation 1 and 2, we can write equation 1 as equation 1 becomes dg by d rho. All the terms you will be having e raised to minus rho, so that we can cancel all the terms g dg by d rho, g, then f. All the terms you are having e raised to minus rho, so I am cancelling that e raised to minus rho term. Now dg by d rho. So dg by d rho is d small g by d rho, d minus g. Exponential term, I am taking it out, and finally I am cancelling that. So dg by d rho minus g, then plus kg by rho. K, g is small g by rho. Kg by rho minus of alpha 2 by alpha minus gamma by rho f is equal to 0. Now this equation, the second equation becomes, equation 2 becomes, this equation we can write df by d rho. df by d rho, d capital F by d rho is df by d rho minus f. Minus f, exponential term, we can take it outside, and its coefficient will be 0, so we are not writing e raised to minus rho there. df by d rho minus f, then minus k f by rho minus alpha 1 by alpha plus gamma by rho g equal to 0. So this equation I am writing equation number 5. This equation I am writing equation number 6. Now we will assume solutions for equations 5 and 6, and we are expecting power series solutions for this small g and small f. And small g, the solutions for small g and small f, we can write it as small f, I am writing it as a0 plus a1 rho plus a2 rho square plus etc. into rho raised to s, where a0 not equal to 0 and s is greater than or equal to 1. Why we are taking s greater than or equal to 1? Let us assume a solution where a1, a2, etc. all are 0, and we are having only first term a0. So the solution will be f equal to rho raised to s a0. If s is equal to 0, take s as 0. If s is equal to 0, then rho raised to 0 into a0. So we will be having f equal to a0. If f equal to a0, then we will be having this term f equal to a0 e raised to minus rho, and we know the solution as I1 equal to f by rho. So this will be a0 e raised to minus rho by rho. Now take the case with rho equal to 0. When rho equal to 0, e raised to 0 is 1. This will be a0 by 0. That means the solution diverges at the origin. Rho equal to 0 means rho is alpha r is taken as rho. So when rho equal to 0 means r equal to 0. So when we take s equal to 0, it can have diverging solution, divergence at the origin. So it is not an acceptable solution. That means S should be 1 or greater than 1. It can be 2, 3, etc. So we will take the boundary condition that S, the value of S, that should be greater than 0. It can be 1 or higher value. S cannot be negative. S should be positive value. It should not be 0. It should be greater than or equal to 1. So we will take positive value for S. Now this is the solution for F. Now take G. The solution in a similar way we can write G in our series as rho raised to S B0 plus B1 rho plus B2 rho square plus etc. where B0 not equal to 0 and S greater than or equal to 1. S is not equal to 0, S cannot be negative. The same fashion we will be having if it is negative or if it is 0, we can have divergence at the origin. When R equal to 0, it can have diverging solution. So that is not an acceptable solution. So we will take that, we will assume that S should be greater than or equal to 1. So we are expanding, we are representing F and rho in power series form. Now we will substitute that values in this equation. F, we need F, then G, Fg, then dF by d rho and dG by d rho. Now take dF by d rho. dF by d rho. When you take differential, first term will be A0 into rho raised to S. So it will be A0 S rho raised to S minus 1. A0 S rho raised to S minus 1. Second term is A1 rho raised to S plus 1. So it will be A1 S plus 1 rho raised to S plus 1 minus 1. So it is S rho raised to S plus 1 minus 1 means rho raised to S plus, what is the third term? Third term will be A2 rho raised to S plus 2, differential of rho raised to S plus 2. So its differential will be S plus 2 rho raised to S plus 2 minus 1. So that will be S plus 1. Rho raised to A2 S plus 2 rho raised to S plus 1 plus etc. So this is dF by d rho. Now find dG by d rho. dG by d rho. dG by d rho. What is dG by d rho? Taking the differential of this one in a similar way we can write first term is B0 rho raised to S, differential of that will be B0 S rho raised to S minus 1. Second term is B1 rho raised to S plus 1, differential of that is S plus 1 rho raised to S plus B2 rho raised to S plus 2, differential of that is B2 S plus 2 rho raised to S plus 1 plus etc. Now substitute these values of F, G, dou F by dou rho, dF by d rho and dG by d rho in this equation, equation 5 and equation 6. First I will substitute these values in equation 6. Now equation 6 becomes, substitute these values in this equation and then equate the, substituting these values in equation 6 and equating the coefficient of e raised to, equating the coefficient of rho raised to S plus V minus 1 to 0. The coefficient of rho raised to S plus V minus 1. We are equating, substituting these values in this equation and equating the coefficient of rho raised to S plus V minus 1 to 0. So equate the coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1. S plus v minus 1 means instead of 1, 2, 3, etc. we are giving v minus 1. So this term df by d rho, from df by d rho, first term, find the coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1. What is df by d rho? Df by d rho is a0 s rho raised to s minus 1 plus a1 s plus 1 rho raised to s plus etc. Now take the coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1. Here what will be the coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1? Here if you have a term rho raised to s plus v minus 1, then what should be its coefficient? Rho raised to s plus 1. Rho raised to s plus 1 we are having a2 s plus 2. So if instead of 1 we are having v minus 1. This is 2. So this will be s plus v. If I give instead of 2, if I give v, then a2 into s plus v. Then here we will be having, if I give 2, then here it is s plus 1. If I give 3, then here it is rho raised to s plus 2. If it is a3 s plus 3 rho raised to s plus 2. Like that, if I take s plus v, then the coefficient, term will be rho raised to s plus v minus 1. So the coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1 will be av. This 2 we can write it as v. So it will be av s plus v rho raised to s plus v minus 1. So if I take s plus v, then the power will be s plus v minus 1. If I take s plus 2, then the power is s plus 1. Like that, if I take s plus v, the coefficient, the power will be rho raised to s plus v minus 1. So the coefficient, that first coefficient df by d rho, where the coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1 will be av s plus v. So in this term, the coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1 will be av s plus v. Now minus in f. In f, what will be the coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1? This is a2 rho square. Next term is a3 rho cube. So in a similar way, the coefficient will be rho raised to s plus v minus 1. The coefficient will be a s plus v minus 1. This term and this are same. a2 rho square. a3 rho cube. Like that, rho raised to s plus v minus 1, its coefficient will be a s plus v minus 1. So here it will be a s plus v minus a s plus v minus 1. This is a s plus v, and a, not s plus v. This is a2 rho square. a2 rho square. Here already rho raised to s is there. So this term will be a2 rho raised to s plus 2. Next term will be a3 rho raised to s plus 3. Rho raised to s is there. So this term, its coefficient will be, instead of 2, we are having 2 here. When the power is 2, here also 2. So like that, if the power is v minus 1, then we will be having a v minus 1. Rho raised to s is common there. So it will be rho raised to s plus 2. Like that, s plus v minus 1. So it should be a v minus 1. This should be a v minus 1. Like that, this is not a, this is a v into s plus v. This one is minus a v minus 1. Now minus k. Here one by rho is there. By rho is there means the next term, next to this one, plus next term. What will be the next term? Next term will be av rho raised to s plus v plus etc. Not s plus v, rho raised to v. av rho raised to v plus etc. Because here rho raised to s is there, so it will be av rho raised to s plus v. If I take this term av rho raised to s plus v, then dividing by row. In this term, we are dividing by row. If I divide by row, then its power will be rho raised to s plus v minus 1. So the coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1 in this term, since we are dividing by row, its coefficient will be AV f by rho. F by rho, that will be rho raised to s plus v minus 1. So the coefficient will be AV. Here k is there, that's why this k is written. Then minus alpha 1 by alpha g. Coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1 in g. Here the coefficient of rho raised to plus etc. b. If I take v minus 1, v minus 1, rho raised to v minus 1, b2 rho square. Like that, v minus 1, rho raised to v minus 1 plus bv rho raised to v plus etc. Now take this term rho raised to s into bv minus 1 rho raised to v minus 1. It will be bv minus 1 rho raised to s plus v minus 1. So the coefficient of s plus v minus 1 will be bv minus 1. So it is bv minus 1. Now minus gamma, here we are dividing by row. So g by row. When I divide by row, bv rho raised to v by row, it will be rho raised to v minus 1. Multiplying by rho raised to s. So it will be rho raised to s plus v minus 1. So when I divide g by rho, the coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1 will be bv. So here it will be bv. So minus gamma bv, that is equal to 0. Now here AV s plus v minus a v minus 1 minus k AV. Here AV and here also AV, we can take AV common. So the first term will be AV into s plus v minus k. AV into s plus v minus k minus AV minus 1 minus alpha 1 by alpha bv minus 1 minus gamma bv equal to 0. This I am taking it as equation number 7. This equation I have taken it as equation number 7. Now equate the coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1 to 0. Coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1 from this equation. Substitute dg by d rho, g by rho, f, all these values in this equation 5, and then find the coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1 to 0. So from equation 5 we can write it as equation 5 dg by d rho. Equation 5 becomes from equation 5 and equating the coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1 to 0. From equation 5, equating the coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1 to 0. So from 5, it is dg by d rho. dg by d rho, coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1. Here, rho raised to s plus 1. Here it is s plus 2. So in a similar way, we will be having bv s plus v rho raised to s plus v minus 1. b2 s plus 2 rho raised to s plus 1. In a similar way, we will be having one time bv s plus v rho raised to s plus v minus 1. So the coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1 will be bv s plus v. Similar to this, we will be having bv s plus v. Now minus g. In this equation, coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1 will be BV minus 1. So here minus BV minus 1. Now plus K G by rho. We are dividing by rho. Since we divide by rho, the term will be rho V by rho raised to V by rho. So it will be rho raised to V minus 1 into rho raised to S. So rho raised to S plus V minus 1, this coefficient will be BV. So plus K G by rho. So it will be BV. Now minus alpha 2 by alpha into F. In F, the coefficient of rho raised to V, rho raised to S plus V minus 1 will be AV minus 1. So this is AV minus 1. Now minus minus plus gamma F by rho. F by rho. F we are dividing by rho. So rho raised to V by rho, rho raised to V minus 1 into rho raised to S. So rho raised to S plus V minus 1, the coefficient will be AV is equal to 0. This is equation number 8. So we got this equation. We will take BV common from these two terms, and I am writing that equation here. So BV into S plus V plus K. Now minus BV minus 1. Now minus alpha 2 by alpha AV minus 1. Alpha 2 by alpha AV minus 1 plus gamma AV equal to 0. This equation I am taking equation number 8. So we got two equations relating the coefficients of A and B. That two equations are given by equation 7 and equation 8. Now we will find the coefficients, the relation connecting the coefficient AB and BB. Now from these two equations, if I take V equal to 0, if V equal to 0 means AV we can write it as A0, BV we can write it as B0. The first coefficient is A0, so V minus 1. The first term is A0, so A minus 1 term is not present there. So we can write A V minus 1 equal to 0, B V minus 1 equal to 0. When V equal to 0, AV A0, BV B0, A B minus 1 will be 0, B V minus 1 will be 0. Since the first time we are starting from A0 and B0, so no term is there having A minus 1 or B minus 1. So that term we can take 0. So this equation 7 becomes AV is actually A0 S minus K, A0 S minus K, this one is 0, this one is 0, minus gamma B0 equal to 0. Next one is BV, it is B0 S plus K, this is 0, this is 0, this term is plus gamma A0 equal to 0. So these two equations, we have already seen that A0 not equal to 0, B0 not equal to 0. So A0, B0, if they are not equal to 0, then the coefficient of determinant matrix, the determinant of coefficient matrix, that should be equal to 0. So when I take the determinant of coefficient matrix, the coefficient of A0 in first equation is S minus K, second equation B0 coefficient is minus gamma. In this equation, coefficient of A0 is gamma, coefficient of B0 is S plus K. So it's determined. We will have A0 not equal to 0, B0 not equal to 0 only when this determinant equal to 0. So non-trivial solutions for A0 and B0 only when the determinant of coefficient matrix is equal to 0. When you take the coefficient of the determinant of this coefficient matrix, you will be having S minus K into S plus K minus gamma into gamma. So it is plus gamma square equal to 0, or S square minus K square plus gamma square equal to 0. S square minus K square plus gamma square equal to 0, or we can write S square equal to K square minus gamma square, or we will write S is equal to K square minus gamma square the whole raised to 1 by 2 plus or minus. S is equal to plus or minus K square minus gamma square the whole raised to 1 by 2. I told you earlier, S is having only positive value, otherwise it will violate the boundary condition at the origin. When rho equal to 0, we will be having diverging solution when we have rho negative, when we have S negative value. So S should be positive for satisfying the boundary condition, so we will take the positive value for S. So we got the value of S as gamma I am writing here, gamma equal to Z E square by H bar C, and here we got S as the value of S is, we further require these equations, that's why I am writing there, S is equal to K square minus gamma square the whole raised to 1 by 2. So this is the value of S. Now we find the relation connecting the coefficients AB and BB. So for finding the relation connecting AB and BB, we need the relation connecting AB and BB. So this AB minus 1, that should cancel each other. Also BB minus 1 should cancel each other. So what we will do is, we will multiply equation 7 by, we can multiply equation 7 by alpha 2. This equation I am multiplying by alpha 2, and this equation I am multiplying by alpha. If I multiply by alpha, this term will be alpha BB minus 1. This term will be alpha 2 AB minus 1. Now, if I multiply this term by alpha 2, then this will be alpha 2 AB minus 1. So these two terms will get cancelled. Then this term is alpha 2 alpha 1 by alpha. We already seen that alpha 1 alpha 2 the whole raised to 1 by 2 we have substituted as alpha, and alpha 1 alpha 2 in last class we have done it. Alpha 1 is MC square minus E by H bar C. I don't remember whether it is minus or plus. I think it is plus. Alpha 1 MC square plus E by H bar C. Alpha 2 MC square minus E by H bar C. Alpha is alpha 1 alpha 2 raised to 1 by 2. We got it as M square C square minus E square the whole raised to 1 by 2 by H bar C. So this is alpha. So alpha square, alpha 1 alpha 2 is alpha square. So alpha 1 alpha 2 alpha square by alpha. So it will be alpha, and alpha BB minus 1 and alpha BB minus 1. So these two terms will cancel. So what we can do, you multiply equation 7 by alpha 2, then 8 by alpha, and taking the difference. I am multiplying equation 7 by alpha 2 and equation 8 by alpha, and taking the difference. 7 by alpha 2 and 8 by alpha. When I multiply 7 by alpha 2, the first term is alpha 2 S plus V minus K AV. This term will be minus alpha 2 AV minus 1 minus alpha 1 alpha 2. Alpha 1 alpha 2 will be alpha square. So it is alpha square by alpha. The alpha square by alpha is alpha. So it is alpha BV minus 1 minus alpha 2 gamma BV. So this is first equation, AV alpha 2 S plus V minus K minus alpha 2 alpha 2 alpha 1 by alpha is alpha, then minus gamma BV minus of second term 8 into alpha, multiplying this by alpha. So it is alpha S plus V plus K BV. S plus V plus K BV. Now minus alpha BV minus 1 minus, here I am multiplying by alpha, so this will get cancelled. So it is alpha 2 AV minus 1, then plus alpha gamma AV is equal to 0. Now alpha BV minus 1, alpha BV minus 1, these two will get cancelled. Here minus is there, so this will become plus. Now minus alpha 2 AV minus 1 minus alpha 2 AV minus 1, here minus is there, so these two terms will get cancelled. Now this term we are having alpha 2 S plus V minus K AV. Another term containing AV is this one, minus of alpha gamma AV is equal to, taking the term containing BV to right hand side, so this term will be plus, so it will be alpha S plus V plus K BV. Now this term take to right hand side, then it is plus alpha 2 gamma BV. Alpha 2 gamma BV. Now take AV common from these two terms. So we will be having AV, then BV common from these two terms. So this is BV. Now write the expression for AV. So when I write the expression for AV, I am writing that equation here. AV is equal to alpha S plus V, alpha S plus V plus K plus alpha 2 gamma divided by alpha 2 S plus V minus K minus alpha gamma into BV. You just check this equation whether it is correct or not, whether any term is missing there or not. So this, we got the relation connecting the coefficients AV and BV. We can obtain this equation as AV equal to alpha S plus. Let me check whether that equation is correct or not. So we got the equation as AV equal to alpha into S plus V plus K plus alpha 2 gamma divided by alpha 2 into S plus V minus K minus alpha gamma into BV. So that equation, we obtained that equation. Now we will find the relation connecting the other coefficients. So we got the relation between AV and BV as equation 9. Now we take the case with when V is very high, when V tends to infinity, take the coefficients when V is very high. So when V tends to infinity, if V is very high, so the other constant terms, the other terms in comparison to V, we can neglect. So this equation we can reduce to, when V is very high, this equation becomes AV is equal to alpha V plus S plus K. This S plus K is very less in comparison to V. So if when V tends to infinity, we can neglect all other terms. So it will be alpha V plus alpha 2 gamma. This alpha 2 gamma is very less compared to alpha v, since v is very, very high. So numerator we will be having alpha v divided by the denominator here alpha 2 s plus v minus k, that will be alpha 2 v minus alpha gamma. This alpha 2 v is very, very high compared to alpha gamma. So in denominator we will be having alpha 2 v into bv. This v will get cancelled. So when v tends to infinity, when v is very high, we are having av as av equal to alpha by alpha 2 bv. When v is very high, we are having av as alpha by alpha 2 bv. In a similar way, we can write av minus 1 equal to alpha by alpha 2 bv minus 1. For high value of v, we can write the relation between av and bv as av equal to alpha by alpha 2 bv. av minus 1 is alpha by alpha 2 bv minus 1. Now take equation 7. From equation 7, v is very high compared to s and k. So this s plus v minus k will be v. So this term will be av into v minus av minus 1 minus alpha 1 by alpha bv minus 1 minus gamma bv equal to 0. Now bv minus 1, this bv minus 1, I can take it as alpha 2 by alpha av minus 1. So this is avv minus av minus 1 minus alpha 1 by alpha into bv minus 1. We can write it as alpha 2 by alpha av minus 1 minus gamma bv. I can write it as alpha 2 by alpha av is equal to 0. This alpha 1, alpha 2 is alpha square. So this will be alpha square by alpha square. So that will be 1. So we will be having av into this term v minus gamma alpha 2 by alpha. Now minus av minus 1 minus av minus 1. It will be minus 2 av minus 1 is equal to 0. I told earlier v is very high. So gamma alpha 2 by alpha, that can be neglected in comparison to v. So this term we can write it as avv minus 2 av minus 1 is equal to 0. That means av, we can write av as av equal to this term, take to right hand side. So 2 av minus 1 by v. So we are obtaining av as 2 by v into av minus 1. In a similar way, we can obtain bv as 2 by v into bv minus 1. The coefficients av and its previous value av minus 1, they are related by the equation av equal to 2 by v av minus 1 and bv equal to 2 by v bv minus 1. So by looking into this coefficient, we can assume a solution. So this is of the form, if you have e raised to 2 rho as your solution, then the expansion of e raised to 2 rho is 1 plus 2 rho by 1 factorial plus 2 rho the whole square by 2 factorial plus etc. 2 rho raised to v by v factorial plus etc. So if I take the coefficient of rho raised to v from this expansion, then what is the coefficient of rho raised to v there? The coefficient of rho raised to v, I am taking it as av. If I take coefficient of rho raised to v here, then it will be 2 raised to v by v factorial. What will be the coefficient of rho raised to v minus 1? One term previous to this one, that term will be 2 rho raised to v minus 1 by v minus 1 factorial. So its coefficient will be, coefficient of rho raised to v minus 1 will be 2 raised to v minus 1 by v minus 1 factorial, that I am taking it as a v minus 1. So this time I can write it as 2 by v, 2 into 2 raised to v minus 1 by v into v minus 1 factorial. I can write v factorial as v into v minus 1 factorial, 2 raised to v as 2 into 2 raised to v minus 1. This 2 raised to v minus 1 by v minus 1 factorial, that is a v minus 1. So this will be a v equal to 2 by v, a v minus 1. So if we are having the coefficients related by the equation, then its solution, it will be having, the solution will be of the form e raised to 2 rho. If we have a solution of this form, this is asymptotic form, because when the coefficients are increasing, then when rho is, this term never tends to 0. When v tends to infinity, our solution should tends to 0. Its value should be at infinity. It should vanish. The wave function should vanish at infinity. But if we have a solution like this, then it should not vanish at infinity. So the coefficient, when it exceeds beyond a limit, the coefficient should be 0. So we will assume that the coefficients are 0 beyond a limit. That maximum value of v, I am taking it as, that maximum value of v, I am taking it as n dash. When the when v reaches n dash, reaches beyond n dash, then the coefficient should vanish. That means a n dash is not 0, but a n dash plus 1, that should be equal to 0. b n dash plus 1, that also should be 0. When the coefficient increases beyond n dash, then it should be equal to 0. Maximum value possible is a n dash and b n dash. All the coefficients beyond n dash, that should be equal to 0. Then only we will be having an acceptable solution. Otherwise, it will not be 0 at infinity. So we are limiting the maximum value of n as, maximum value of v as n dash. And now we will obtain the coefficient a n dash and b n dash. Now take the equation 7. Equation 7, when I replace v by v plus 1. In equation 7, replacing v by v plus 1. If I replace v by v plus 1, this equation becomes a v plus 1 s plus v plus 1 minus k minus a v plus 1 minus 1. So it is minus a v minus alpha 1 by alpha bv minus gamma bv plus 1 equal to 0. Here this term we have obtained by equating the coefficient of rho raised to s plus v minus 1 to 0. Instead of that, you equate the coefficient of rho raised to s plus v to 0. Then you will be getting an equation like this, or replace v minus 1 by v or v by v plus 1. You replace v by v plus 1, you will be having an equation like this. Now I take this v, I am taking it as maximum value n prime. If I take v as n prime, then it will be n prime plus 1. A n prime plus 1 will be 0. Here also b n prime plus 1 will be 0. So we will be having a n prime minus a n prime minus alpha 1 by alpha b n prime equal to 0. Or we will be having, taking a n prime to right hand side, we will be having a n prime equal to minus alpha 1 by alpha b n prime. So we obtain the relation between a n prime and b n prime as a n prime equal to minus alpha 1 by alpha b n prime. Now from this equation, this coefficient, we will calculate the value when v equal to n prime. I am taking maximum value. So replacing v by n prime in equation 9. Replace v by n prime in equation 9, then it will be a n prime equal to alpha s plus n prime plus k plus alpha 2 gamma divided by alpha 2 s plus n prime minus k minus alpha gamma into b n prime. Replacing v by n prime in this equation number 9, then we will be getting an equation like this. This a n prime and b n prime are related by the equation. A n prime is minus alpha 1 by alpha b n prime. So we can replace a n prime by, I am replacing a n prime by minus alpha 1 by alpha b n prime. So this b n prime will get cancelled. On cross multiplying, we can write it as alpha into alpha square s plus n prime plus k plus alpha 2 gamma is equal to minus alpha 1 into this one, minus alpha 1 alpha 2 s plus n prime minus k. Now minus plus alpha 1 alpha gamma. Now take the term containing gamma to left hand side and this term to gamma to right hand side and this term to left hand side. When I take this term to left hand side, alpha 1 alpha 2, what is alpha 1 alpha 2? This will be alpha square. So take this term to left hand side, then it will be alpha square. I can take alpha square common. This is s plus n prime plus k. When I take this term to left hand side, this minus will become plus alpha square is taken common, then plus s plus n prime minus k is equal to right hand side. Take this term to right hand side and taking alpha common, alpha into alpha 1 minus alpha 2 gamma. This plus k and minus k will get cancelled. We will be alpha square and alpha we can cancel out. Then alpha into s plus n prime plus s plus n prime. That will be 2 s plus n prime. So we will be having 2 alpha into s plus n prime is equal to alpha 1 minus alpha 2 into gamma. Alpha 1 minus alpha 2 into gamma. What is alpha 1? We have already seen alpha 1. Alpha 1 is mc square plus E by h bar c. Alpha 2 mc square minus E by h bar c. So what will be alpha 1 minus alpha 2, taking the difference? Alpha 1 minus alpha 2 will be mc square. This will get cancelled. E minus c. So it is 2E by h bar c. So this term 2 alpha into s plus n prime is equal to 2E by h bar c gamma. This 2 will get cancelled. Now alpha we can from this equation 2 will get cancelled, so we will be having alpha s plus n prime, that is equal to alpha s plus n prime equal to E gamma by h bar c. So it is E gamma by h bar c. Now taking the square of this one, alpha square is s plus n prime the whole square equal to E square gamma square by h bar c. E square gamma square by h bar c. So what is the value of alpha square? Alpha square is m square c raised to 4 minus e square by h bar square c square. Alpha is alpha 1, alpha square is alpha 1, alpha 2. For alpha is alpha 1, alpha 2, the whole raised to 1 by 2. So we have seen alpha square as m square c raised to 4 minus e square by h bar square c square. So this alpha square, if I substitute that value, m square c raised to 4 minus e square by h bar square c square into s plus n prime the whole square equal to e square gamma square by h bar c. This h bar c and h bar square c square will get cancelled. So we will be having m square c raised to 4 minus e square into s plus n minus e square equal to e square gamma square h bar square c square. Okay, e square gamma one squaring this will be having e square gamma square by h bar square c square. So this term, this is h bar square c square, so this will get cancelled. So we will be having m square c raised to 4 minus e square equal to e square gamma square divided by this term s plus n dash the whole square. Taking e square, the term containing e square to right hand side and taking common e square into 1 plus gamma square by s plus n dash the whole square is equal to m square c raised to 4. From that we can calculate the value of E. So E is equal to E square equal to E square equal to m square c raised to 4 by 1 plus gamma square by s plus n dash the whole square. So this is E square. So when I take E, taking E, so it is m c square by 1 plus gamma square by s plus n dash the whole square, the whole raised to 1 by 2. So this is, or we can write E as E is equal to m c square into 1 plus gamma square by s plus n dash the whole square, the whole raised to minus 1 by 2. We can write E as m c square into 1 plus gamma square by s plus n dash the whole square, the whole raised to minus 1 by 2. Now we know the value of s. S square equal to, what is s square? We already seen the s square equal to k square minus gamma square. S square equal to k square minus gamma square. So or we can write s square as k square into 1 minus gamma square by k square, or s as k 1 minus gamma square by k square, the whole raised to 1 by 2, plus or minus k into 1 minus gamma square by k square, the whole raised to 1 by 2. We take mod k because yes, I told you earlier, s should have positive value. So we will take mod k into 1 minus gamma square by k square, the whole raised to 1 by 2. Or we can write s is equal to mod k into, expanding this using binomial theorem, 1 minus n is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 gamma square by k square, plus n into n minus 1. 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 by 2 factorial into square of this one. Gamma raised to 4 by k raised to 4. We are neglecting all terms higher than gamma raised to 4. All terms, neglecting all the terms higher than gamma raised to 4. Higher terms are neglected. So when I take this s as k into k into 1, that is k, minus gamma square by k into 2k square, gamma square by 2k plus this minus n into n minus 1, 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 minus 1, minus 1 by 2. So this is minus 1 by 2 into 2 into 2, 8 gamma raised to 4 by k cube. So this is s. In denominator we are having s plus n prime. So s plus n prime, I can write it as s plus n prime. So with this add n prime. So n prime plus k minus gamma square by 2k mod k minus 1 by 8 gamma raised to 4 by k cube. This n prime plus k, that is a new quantum number. I am taking the total quantum number n. Let n equal to n prime plus mod k. This is total quantum number. If I take n prime plus k as n, then this term we can write it as s plus n prime. I can write it as n minus gamma square by 2k minus gamma raised to 4 by 8k cube. So this term s plus n prime, the whole square, s plus n prime, I am taking it as n minus gamma square by 2k minus gamma raised to 4 by 8k cube. Therefore the expression for energy becomes, this expression we can substitute E equal to mc square into 1 plus gamma square by s plus n prime the whole square. So s plus n prime the whole square, the square of this one. So it will be n minus gamma square by 2k minus gamma raised to 4 by 8k cube the whole square. So square of this one. Now take n common. When I take n outside, it will be square. So it is n square. So I am taking n common from here. So n is taken outside. So 1. Here when I take n common, this is 2nk. 2n mod k. This will be 8n k cube. So n square is taken common from this. Then rise to minus 1 by 2. Now take this term to numerator. So when I take this term to numerator, this will be E is equal to mc square into 1 plus gamma square by n square into 1 minus gamma square by 2nk minus gamma raised to 4 by 8n cube the whole raised to minus 2 raised to minus 1 by 2. So I am expanding this using binomial theorem. 1 minus the whole term I am taking it as x. So 1 minus x the whole raised to minus 2. Using binomial theorem we can expand that. But when I preserve this term gamma raised to 4, here gamma square is there. So when I multiply these two, it will be gamma raised to 6. So need not preserve this term. Gamma raised to 4 by 8n cube, because we are neglecting all the terms higher than gamma raised to 4. So this term we will be having gamma raised to 6. So need not preserve this term. So I am taking this as 1 minus gamma square by 2nk. 1 minus gamma square by 2nk. The whole raised to minus 2. I am only preserving this second term. The third term gamma raised to 4. When I multiply with this one, it will be gamma raised to 6. Need not consider that term. So 1 minus gamma square by 2nk, the whole raised to minus 2. Expand that. 1 minus gamma square by 2nk, the whole raised to minus 2 is equal to 1 minus 2. So it is plus 2 gamma square by 2nk. Now minus plus n into n minus 1, minus 2 into minus 2 minus 1. So it is minus 3. N into n minus 1 by 2 factorial. N minus 2, then minus 1, minus 3 by 2 factorial into x square, square of this one. Square of this one, gamma raised to 4 by 4 n square k square, neglecting higher terms. So this will be 1 plus 2 will get cancelled, gamma square by nk, gamma square by nk, minus 6 by 2 will get cancelled, minus 3 by 3 gamma raised to 4 by 3 gamma raised to 4 by 4 n square k square. 1 plus gamma square by nk minus 3 gamma raised to 4 by 4 n square k square. So substitute, instead of this we can substitute this value, neglecting higher terms, gamma raised to 4 and the terms higher than gamma raised to 4 we are neglecting. So we can write this as, E is equal to mc square into 1 plus gamma square by n square into, here also gamma square by n square we are multiplying with this one. So need not consider this term, because gamma square into gamma raised to 4, that will be gamma raised to 6. So neglect that term. So only take this term. So it is 1 plus gamma square by nk. So this expansion, it is 1 plus gamma square by nk, then the whole raised to minus 1 by 2. So this term, it will be E equal to mc square into 1 plus gamma square by n square, gamma square by n square plus gamma raised to 4 by k n cube, the whole raised to minus 1 by 2. Now take this as x, then 1 plus x the whole raised to n. Expand that using binomial theorem. When I expand that using binomial theorem, we can write it as, this is equal to mc square into 1 plus x is gamma square by n square plus gamma raised to 4 by k, 1 plus nx, 1 plus n is minus 1 by 2. So 1 minus 1 by 2 into gamma square by 2n, gamma square by n square plus gamma raised to 4 by k n cube plus n into n minus 1, minus 1 by 2 into minus 1 by 2 minus 1 minus 3 by 2 by 2 factorial, n into n minus 1 by 2 factorial into x square. When I take square of this gamma raised to 4 by k n cube, that square will be negligible, because we are not preserving terms higher than gamma raised to 4, and the product of these two also we can neglect. Only take the square of first term, that will be gamma raised to 4. All other terms will be higher than gamma raised to 4. So n into n minus 1 by 2 factorial into x square. Square of this I am taking only this term, gamma raised to 4 by n raised to 4. Gamma raised to 4 by n raised to 4. So we are having, so this we can write it as E is equal to mc square to 1 minus gamma square by 2n square minus gamma raised to 4 by 2k n cube, then minus plus 3 by 2 into 2 into 2, 8, 3 by 8 gamma raised to 4 by n raised to 4. Or we can write E is equal to mc square into 1 minus gamma square by 2n square minus, I am taking gamma raised to 4 by 2 n raised to 4 common. Gamma raised to 4 by 2 n raised to 4 into, here will be n by k minus 3 by 4. Gamma raised to 4 by 2 n raised to 4 is taken common. So this is like this. So this is the expression for energy. This k actually it is mod k. So we are taking mod k. E equal to, this is the expression for energy, E equal to mc square 1 minus gamma square by 2n square minus gamma raised to 4 by 2 n raised to 4 into n by k minus 3 by 4. And using this equation we can calculate the energy spread in hydrogen atom, and we will now see that this energy spread calculated from Dirac theory, it is in agreement with the experimentally observed value compared to the energy spread calculated from Schrodinger's relativistic wave equation, which is much higher compared to the experimentally observed value. Now we will calculate the energy spread. So we need to give the extreme values for k. K, we have seen the value of k as j plus 1 by 2. We defined a new operator k, and we found the eigenvalue of k, and k is plus or minus j plus 1 by 2. Here we are giving mod k, so it is j plus 1 by 2. J equal to, j can vary from L plus s to L minus s. They can take values from L plus s to L minus s. When L equal to 0, s is equal to 1 by 2, j equal to 1 by 2. When L equal to 0, s equal to 1 by 2, the value of j is 1 by 2. So value of k will be 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. So it will be 1. So k will, when L equal to 0, we are going to find the extreme values for L, and we will find the extreme values for k. Then we will find the energy spread for different values of k. So k equal to, when L equal to 0, we are having k equal to 1. So the minimum value we are giving k as 1, mod k as 1. Now the maximum value L can vary from 0 to n minus 1. If n is the total quantum number, then L can vary from 0 to n minus 1. So when L equal to n minus 1, j is L plus s, so it is n minus 1 plus 1 by 2. So it will be n minus 1 plus 1 by 2 is n minus 1 by 2. J is n minus 1 by 2. If j is n minus 1 by 2, then k will be, k is j plus 1 by 2. So it will be n minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. So it is n. So we will take k value 0, k value 1, 2, etc. up to n. L 0, 1, 2, etc. up to n minus 1. So corresponding to L values from 0 to n minus 1, we will be having k values from 1 to n. K can take plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, etc. up to plus or minus n. But here we require mod k, because we already seen that s and k are related, and yes, we can have only positive values. For that we have taken mod k. So k equal to 1 to etc. n. So we can take the energy difference for extreme cases. K equal to, first we will take k equal to 1, and then we will take k equal to n and find the energy, take the difference. So delta E, the total energy spread, that can be written as E final minus E initial. So this first term is same for initial and final energy, second term is same. The last term, this minus 3 by 4 into gamma raised to 4 by 2 n q n raised to 4, that is also same. Only difference is with this term. So that term, you only need to take the difference of this term. All other terms will be same, so they will cancel each other. So E final means k equal to n. But when k equal to n, this term we can take it as mc square into minus gamma raised to 4 by 2 n raised to 4 into n by k. N by mod k. N by mod k is n, final value. Then minus, this minus is there, so it will be plus mc square gamma raised to 4 by 2 n raised to 4 n by k. N by k. In this case, k value is 1. n by 1. So find this energy spread. This n by n, this is 1, and taking m, I am taking m c square gamma raised to 4 by 2 n raised to 4 common. M c square gamma raised to 4 by 2 n raised to 4, then it is n, and this one is minus m c square gamma raised to 4 by 2 n square, here it is 1. So we are having the energy spread as energy spread for hydrogen atom. It also removes the degeneracy. Schrödinger's relativistic equation also removes the degeneracy for different L levels, L states. Here also for different L states we are having different K values. Here also the degeneracy is removed, and we are getting a new value for the spread in energy. And in Schrödinger's equation we have seen that spread in energy is much higher than the experimentally observed value, and when you calculate this energy spread, it will be in close agreement with the experimentally observed value. So the Dirac theory explains very well the energy spread in hydrogen atom. So in the Dirac theory, we have obtained the spin angular momentum as an automatic consequence of Dirac wave equation. Then we obtained the spin orbit interaction energy, that also we got from Dirac Hamiltonian. Then we obtained the magnetic moment from Dirac Hamiltonian, and finally we have applied the Dirac wave equation for hydrogen atom, and we found the energy levels for different K values, different L values, and we obtained the spread in energy in hydrogen atom. So all these are in a good agreement with the experimentally observed values. So Dirac theory, we can apply all these cases in comparison to Schrödinger's relativistic wave equation.